Thank you for watching PH.d TV, and today we'll be going over Starwalker from Mont Blanc. Alright, well, as always, we will go over the box first. This was sent in to me. As you can tell, the box is very reflective in terms of catching light. That is the labeling of Starwalker, and of course Mont Blanc. And the bottle we will be seeing today is the 1.5 ounce. And in terms of box, that's basically it. Nothing too crazy. It does have a gradient, but that's about it. Onto the bottle. Alright, so as you can probably tell, this is a complete fingerprint magnet. But if we do look past that, honestly, it's a cool bottle, but it's pretty uninspired in my opinion. The coolest thing it's got going for it, in my opinion, is the cap, obviously. See if I can get an angle where you can actually read the bottle. There we go. Not sure how well you can see that, but there's Starwalker, Mont Blanc. You take the cap off, it just kind of, you can twirl it. Doesn't do anything crazy special, just pops on and off. That's about it. Just plastic. And in terms of the atomizer, it's not bad, but it's nothing to write home about either. It gives off a good mist, but the thing is, the mist goes only about 6 inches and then it just starts going everywhere. All right, so from filming this video, I have worn this for maybe 3 days now. Total, last 3 days, because I've worn it around the house more likely than not. And the reason being is primarily due to the fact that no one's gonna have a great time smelling this outside of a very closed space. Which, with me saying that, I'll go ahead and get the biggest con out of the way with this, is that even though this smells so good, it sits very close to the skin. Granted, if you're someone who likes their fragrances sticking very close to the skin and not being the biggest and loudest in the room, this might be absolutely fantastic for you, and with that, I'm happy for you. But if you're someone like me who wears a fragrance to be noticed and wears a fragrance to, you know, have some sort of aroma or projection and let people know, hey, this guy knows what his stuff because he smells good, or at least he has good taste because I can smell what he's wearing and it smells great as well. You get the gist. This sits so close to the skin, therefore that's gonna be my biggest con here. Great smell, sits very close to the skin. But if you've seen any of my other videos, you also know that my skin is not incredibly oily and that I don't really keep up with fragrances that well. My skin soaks up the fragrances much quicker than the average person, I would think. So with this being said, I have to apply this quite frequently to get any projection out of it to begin with. The first hour and a half is really good in projection, then it dies down super fast. About the 2.5 hour mark, it's like nothing was on there to begin with, unless you're shoving your nose into my arm or my neck or anything like that. My fiance liked this smell. She thought it smelled incredibly good, but she even asked if I scrubbed it off at one point. It was not there. But going back to the pros, this smells so good. Because you do have some like good woody citrus notes going on first thing. And I will be putting up some notes from Fragrantica here just so you can see the main accords. And it's very good. Now something I did notice, and this is gonna be something that must be pretty big noticeable to other people, because this is a certain note that I do not necessarily get easily, because I have a good taste in fragrances with my nose, but I don't have the most trained nose. It gets very powdery towards the hour mark. It's very powdery how the scent just sits there and just kind of does its thing. Yeah, because even right now I'm starting to get some of that powdery vibe going on with it. But above all, it does go into that woody, spicy area. But above all, it does go into that woody, spicy territory. And it stays there for a prolonged period of time until it does become a woody, spicy powder note. But now, something like in these videos, especially the reviews, when I mention a fragrance that I like, but I feel as if you like this, I will also say you will like that, especially if I feel like you're gonna get a better bang for your buck, at least in terms of longevity, projection, in general performance. And a lot of people are probably gonna disagree with me, especially if they've heard this other fragrance, because my fiance didn't agree with me either. But she did understand where I was getting at when I say it doesn't smell exactly like, but it does go into the same vein or vague DNA of Diesel's Spirit of the Brave. And I say that primarily to the fact that these are both bad boy type smells. Smells that you don't like playing nice, that if you want to pick up girls, go for it. This is going to be a great scent. It's very seductive and very attractive in a manly man type way. But they do not smell alike, but they fall into that same DNA of bad boy territory. So if you're into that, Starwalker is great. But wait and wear this when you're going to a house party, or at least to a more intimate setting where they might actually be able to smell this on you. Because if you wear wear this to the club, or if you take this to some sort of massive party where, you know, there's dozens upon dozens of people, like a rave or whatever you do in your spare time like that, I'm just gonna be honest, I don't think anyone's gonna notice you wearing this. I swear, I'm starting to feel like I'm just beating the heck out of this. Which I like this, but I would borderline probably put this on the will never buy again list, for the reason that there is zero performance, at least on my skin, which with that being said, it may work for other people. I'm on a lot of Facebook fragrance type groups on Facebook, and with that being said, a lot of people say this is their scent of the day and it works great for them. And with me saying that, I'm happy it works for you, I really am. But coming from me, from my review, this is definitely one of those fragrances that definitely smells good, but if the performance were better or even the longevity was remotely there. But Mont Blanc Starwalker honestly did not blow my mind. I was a little disappointed, if not a good bit disappointed. I wish this was different. Smelled the same, but I wish Mont Blanc Starwalker was different. But hey, you know what? I'm one person. And as I said, my fiance loved this. And as you see right here, I'll put up the likability of Mont Blanc Starwalker, and you'll see that a lot of people love it. They like it. It's a great summer, you know, spring, kind of sort of for the fall type scent. But long story short, people love this. And maybe I got this, it's fall now. In the time of filming this, it's fall. And maybe I need the hot summer air to really make this project better. So maybe I need to give this a shot in 9 months from now, just, you know, let everything come back and just wear this in the summer. But from my review, having worn this in the fall, this is very much a great out of the shower, you know, indoor, closed space, intimate setting fragrance. This is not anything that will ever get you noticed. I'm just gonna flat out say it, this will not get you noticed. But granted, it's $20 typically at a rack store like TJ Maxx or a Ross or anything like that. So for $20, you're gonna be paying for a $20 type fragrance, one that you'll have to reapply a lot. And if you're someone who says, hey, $20 isn't that bad, spray this bad boy on as much as you want, it might help. And as I said, I have worn this for 3 days. I've had to reapply it on and off, on and off. You see, I've already taken maybe a quarter of this bottle out. That gives any indication of how much I or you may need to actually use in order to actually smell anything like this. But I don't know, you get the drift. I like the smell, but the projection and the longevity, the overall performance just sucks. It's just bad. This is easily one of my weaker fragrances. One of my better smelling ones in terms of universality, but easily one of my weakest ones. I know for a fact I have a $10 fragrance that lasts longer than this, even by half an hour to an hour. And the fact that this comes from a house such as Mont Blanc, that really surprises me and almost really just disappoints me. And that's my review. If you like this review, make sure you like and subscribe down below. And be sure to check out some of my other fragrance reviews, which I'll post right up here somewhere. Check them out now, check them out later. You do you, and I'll see you next time.